Great, cool, hi. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your break and your food and your drinks. We're super glad to have some new faces here to support some really awesome art that we're gonna present to you all. Let's, Yeah, so what we're about to present for the next hour are 3 clips of plays, so stage readings of 3 clips of 3 different plays by 3 different trans playwrights of color. So what you're seeing is an excerpt from the play. I'm going to pop up in between each one and just sort of like name the play. And if you want to read the plays or if you're interested in any way, like come up to me, come up to Lisa. We're happy to give you information and connect you to folks. Cool. Does that sound good? I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I'm supposed to say. Probably. Hashtag Breaking the Binary 2016 for all you live stream people. Yeah, great. So without further ado, we'll get started. This first play, or this first reading, is an excerpt from a play called Wafrika by Hadikwa Mwaluko.
The time, 1992. The place, Luoland, a fictitious 50 kilometers outside Nairobi. Characters, Owino, Kenyan Luau, a large-boned, extremely boyish woman in her late 20s who often passes for a man. Bobby, American, ex-Peace Corps, volunteer. Owino's 3 mothers, Mama Mugabe, Mama Otieno, and Mama Opio, who are all married to Owino's father, the chief of the village. Bobby is at home in the kraal where she and Owino live at the edge of the village. Owino enters.
Hey, what's up?
Have you been outside yet?
Why, are people fighting?
Why would you say that?
Because someone came with the... Never mind. I spent most of the afternoon polishing my resume. Want to hear the edits?
What?
Hope you don't mind. I rewrote yours too. Snuck in a few changes just to polish it up. What do you say we grab you a job application from the post office? Or at least drop off your resume later this week, yeah? They're always hiring, right?
Uh-huh.
Sweetie, what's wrong?
Owino closes the curtains.
Owino, I can't read in semi-darkness.
Use the torch.
Did you buy batteries?
With what, my good looks?
What's got you in a pissy mood?
Light a candle.
Humidity this high, you say light a candle.
You told me just now you did not go outside today.
Sweetie, what's wrong?
It's hot. Nearly 100 degrees.
You're right. I'll open the window.
No!
Okay, chill. Nobody's opening a window or lighting a candle or... You look sick. Look at me. Come here, babe. What is it, typhoid? Malaria again? Closer, come. No fever, your head's not burning, that's normal.
Normal. Yeah.
Let's take this shirt off. Take a look. Oh, baby, no, not on the resume. Not when your shirt's sweaty. Guess what? I fixed your favorite. Coconut rice, maragwe with sukuma wiki, a cup of iced tea, not sweet, not bland. Let's take off your shirt.
No.
What?
I'm not in the mood right now.
Oh, we know. I'm not asking for sex. I'm just... Don't you want to cuddle with me?
I'm fine here. Way over here.
What's going on with you?
Normal. Like you said just now when you were touching my forehead.
What are you talking about?
Things have to change. in this house today, new rules to make things as normal as possible. Number 1.
Rules?
No one walks in here naked anymore. Not unless the window is shut and the curtains are fully drawn. Well, I do care, but I can't control your movements, only mine. So I go my way, you go yours. Separate, alone, always, amen, praise God. You come through that door by yourself, out the same way. Same for me. Now, number 3.
This is ridiculous.
Someone, anyone, I don't care who, comes near Akral. We need a signal, some kind of, try it. Pretend I am far away. You see me coming, walking up to you. Now, can you whistle? Yeah. I'll teach you tomorrow, remind me, okay? But from now on, no one hear me, not a single soul raises their voices while we're here. Now, let's try.
Why?
Starting from now, Bobby, whisper.
What?
For me.
That doesn't make sense. Does that make sense
Final
to you?
warning, lower your voice.
This is our crawl. We pay rent, we mind our own business. I think that's reason enough for us to do whatever we want in the privacy of our own home, because that's what we're paying for. Am I right? I'm right.
I'm leaving.
Wait, baby, don't go. Promise. Whispering. Tell me what's going on.
It's the whole village.
I'm so fucking confused right now. Clarification.
People don't need to know.
Oh, look, we know. If you're nervous about not having a job, it's okay. We'll be fine. The check comes tomorrow morning with the mail when...
And think it's normal for the whole entire village to know what we're up to.
Whoa, wait a minute. You don't know.
No. You wait. You don't know. I do. They're babbling all our personal business all over the streets. Everyone is Bobby. Then we end up disgracing our family, our friends, not to mention our ancestors who are not dead, by the way. Ata, they are alive, watching me full time. One step outside into the real world, and it smells of how normal will not. Why? Because we're different. Why? Because we're freaks. Say something.
Give me a second.
Don't do that.
What?
Don't curl your hair around your ears like that. Turns me on. Rule number 5.
He agreed. He gave you permission.
Yes.
But why now?
She's mannish.
Blame the father?
Who blames himself, so he's given us the cure.
He specifically said circumcise Owino.
He said, take care of it, Mugabe.
Oh, so he didn't say circumcise her.
Why is she looking at me like that?
She wants to know why you're looking at her like that. Report back.
Because I don't believe you. Nothing makes sense.
We're making sense out of nonsense.
Remember, we told him, Chief, please, do not treat this girl like a boy. Pull her out of school.
She begged to go.
All Owino has to do is beg. Chief flips like chapati.
What good is a girl in school?
In the end, all she does is marry anyway.
But what did Chief do? Give his daughter a full education from primary all the way up to secondary school, while my children work the fields. Even my boys, my sons doing women's work while Owino is learning. My sons fetch water from the river, while my daughters have babies, while they tend to their husbands. Chief is throwing money at a window to read novels.
Western novels.
With Western romance. Where do you think this sick behavior comes from?
It is a Western disease.
And what is it about this younger generation of African? When they see a white person, they assume a white has an African's best interest at heart? Don't they know history? We fought so this generation didn't have to fight, not so that they could spit on the blood from our struggle.
Awino is 14, I said. Chief, take her now to be circumcised. 1 more year is too late. What did he do?
If left uncircumcised, the vagina grows and grows and grows into a penis.
To a long, ripe banana.
Acts.
Dresses, walks, talks.
When circumcised, a woman cannot masturbate. What is there to rub? You are a true woman, depending on a man for pleasure. Awino masturbates because she's grown a penis. That's why she touches women. No wonder her peers refuse to associate with her.
Which decent African would?
She practically delivered her to this white woman.
The father is not the real source. Let me tell you, the same way they brought AIDS here to us at home in Africa is the same way this woman came to our village. They're crafty people. You have to watch them with more than your eyes, listen with more than your ears. They are all FBI Secret Service hearts.
Meaning what?
The Western AIDS. Doctors hid in the forest. This woman hides Awino at the edge of the village. Why? She wants to contaminate Awino, then slowly contaminate the rest of us.
Not true.
It is. The reason it's succeeding with Awino is because she is lost.
She's searching.
For what?
She went to the Mzungu not before but after her mother died.
That's what I'm saying. Her mind was already weak. Easy to contaminate.
She is searching for someone to care for her, to listen. Another woman, a mother figure.
My mother never touched me that way.
We're her mothers now.
It's not the same. Competition between wives. Chief buys you something, the rest of us get jealous. Our children same, always competing with each other.
It's one thing to look elsewhere. It's another to change who you are.
Maybe she's mourning her mother, the way a man would, like her father.
In that case, Awino should find 5 more wives.
Someone please fill up my cup, because only alcohol can make sense of this bullshit.
I was planning to take this secret to my grave.
I love gossip.
I know how it began.
I hear white women don't wear panties.
We all know how it began.
It helps them feel the wind blowing. In fact, I'm hearing I don't wear panties.
No, the famine.
Are you drunk?
I'm hearing a lot with this alcoholic brew. It travels zip to your head and then dances.
It began with Awino and her Mzungu.
Where?
They were in their cloud together.
Flashback to 9 months earlier.
Close your eyes. How do you feel? Nervous? Try not to be. The funeral won't be long. Cry for your mother, then leave, okay? Okay?
Yes.
Mouth shut. Eyes closed. Relax your breathing. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Mouth zip. Eyes shut. I mean it, close them tight.
I'm sorry, I'm the new... Hi. Hello. I'm the new Peace Corps volunteer. I'm looking for a Wigno, a Wiro. I couldn't catch the precise...
Awino, welcome. Please, come inside.
Thank you. Hey, I'm really sorry for your loss. My favorite aunt passed when I was little. Her death... Never mind. If there's anything I can do for you, or anything I can help with, or if you need someone to listen and feel comfortable talking to me, it would be an honor. Unless I'm interrupting something, because I can come back if this is a bad time.
Feel free.
Thank you.
Can I get you something to drink, eat?
Awino, what can I do for you? Ask.
Tell me your name.
Bobby Swiatek. I'm the new Peace Corps volunteer.
A few weeks later.
Oh.
Is this your first time? Nervous? You're breathing.
Don't look at me while I say this, Bobby. When I masturbate, when I dream of fucking you, I'm a man. I dream I fuck you the way my father would. Mask, face, soul. I've never told. You're my first, Bobby. I'm going to show you how to read my body, so you can unmask me. What do you see here?
Breasts?
No. My chest. Say it.
I see your chest.
And this is my penis.
You don't have to do this. It doesn't make you any less of a coward or any...
Say it or I won't take my clothes off during sex.
Shh, please, Awino, if I struggle, it's really because...
Shh.
I identify as lesbian. It's a struggle for me to refer to male body parts.
I want... Say it.
I see your penis. It's big, beautiful.
Until now, I didn't think I could exist. Do you see me as a man?
Yes.
How does it feel to see my soul?
And that's when the famine started to show us something un-African is here.
Un-African? Then why does the word exist in African language, if the behavior does not exist also? You mean to tell me those boys, the ones who spend 6-7 years in the forest training to be warriors, what do those boys do at night together? Sleep? Boys age 11 to 18.
Who here among us is a boy? Not me. So how would you know what those boys do in the forest at night? All we know is that once they get out of that forest, they marry women. And my dear sister, that is all we need to know.
I won't do it.
Duty, you will.
I won't circumcise Awino. I nearly bled to death.
So?
I nearly bled to death.
But did you? Did you?
She scraped me clean with a rusty razor, tied both ends of my vagina together with thorns. I can't use the toilet properly. My monthly blood barely comes out of the hole. It is so small. 5 years now, I can't urinate without crying. And giving birth is hell. they rip the thorns from my vagina. I bleed like a red river. Out pops the baby, and they sew my vagina back together with those same thorns. Those same thorns. I'm dying while giving birth. I won't bring death to Awino. No.
You didn't die.
I won't do it. Not to another woman. On God, I swear.
Let me make clear some things that you may learn 5, 6 years from now, when you're not as beautiful or as young. In life, there is always something larger than yourself. And that thing is what you owe your life to. For me, it is my status as first wife to chief. If I suffer every day of my life, that means nothing to me, provided I am respected. For Awino, what is it? What is larger than her? She is selfish to put this village at risk. You think about that, and then you argue with me. Let her learn through circumcision how to love her own people, how to love something more than herself.
Maybe, just maybe, there is something beyond tradition.
There is nothing. Only Awino.
We're just going to transition as the next piece comes up, which is Red Pine. Let me know when y'all are ready.
Okay.
No? I need your mic, apparently. Sorry, girl. Yeah? Oh, go in! Go in! Yes, okay. Let's open. This is a community effort up here. Great. So I'm going to introduce the next piece, which is called Red Pine. It's a short play, so complete in and of itself. Red Pine by Defoe, and it was directed by Lydia Garcia.
Red Pine by Defoe. Pipestone, Minnesota. A stylistic dream catcher hangs on the wall. Luggage is by the door with an unopened six-pack of Diet Dr. Pepper. When, 25, Two-Spirit snores. A Pendleton blanket lays over them on the couch. Wen's iPhone alarm goes off. Wen awakes startled.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
Wen rapidly starts to get dressed and finds a white dress shirt. Wen throws on a tie.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Wen finds their dress shoes and coat.
Why do you always lose things, Wen? Wallet, wallet, wallet. Gotcha. Where the fuck did you go? Yes, snooze.
Wen rushes out the front door and then comes back in because they forgot their hat.
Oh, God, it's so fucking cold out there. Damn it. Christ. Hat. Ugh.
Wen leaves in a rush and then comes back in and traces their steps.
Okay. Nope. Okay, I swear, where are those fucking keys?
Wen checks their sweater pocket.
Nope.
Wen empties out the contents of their luggage and then puts them back into their luggage disorganized. They crawl on the ground. Jossie, 19, enters with many bags and her oversized luggage.
Mom, I made it back. Is there a reason the front door is open? Mom, oh my God, my arms are gonna fall off.
Jossie drops the bags down.
Whew. Can we turn up the heat, please? I brought you a couple of Harvard hoodies.
Jossie, you cut your hair.
When? How did you get in here?
Oh, the window was open.
I'm calling the cops.
Chill, okay? Mom let me in. I'm gonna pick her up.
Wait, she didn't tell me you were gonna be here. No, get back up, get out.
God, I forgot how much of an ice queen you were.
I said leave.
Dineshque, come on.
Ew, don't call me that.
What, you don't want me to call you by your Indian name? Ain't that you?
Not anymore, no one calls me that.
Maybe not at Harvard, but here we do.
I haven't heard from you since you showed up at Harvard, at my dorm, cracked out of your mind, chanting my Indian name with your underwear pulled over your head, begging for money.
That was a long time ago. People change, Jossie.
I can see that. Do you go by him now or her? I can't tell.
Fuck you.
Fuck me? No, fuck you. You were my sister when, you fell off the face of the earth and I didn't hear a word from you. Or wait, you didn't call because, I don't know, you needed to smoke a joint.
Oh.
Years when.
I know.
And text.
I thought about it.
What was I supposed to do when you left me here with him?
Joss, I couldn't do anything.
You left.
I told him to stop.
And he didn't.
I told Mom.
You promised.
I did the best I could.
Bullshit.
They sent me away.
Fucking coward.
I missed you. I got a tattoo.
How delinquent? Where?
On my palm.
Of what?
A medicine wheel.
That's so cliche.
I got it because I'm cleaning up.
I don't believe you.
Jossie, listen. I grew out my hair. I started dancing again. This time grass. It's good, really good for me. You know, I was out at Pine Ridge. I met some guys out there. They taught me the songs and everything. I started traveling with them to different powwows and shit. We'd be on the road and take turns driving. During the day, I would cut ribbons for my rig and do feather work. I was doing it. You should see me. I learned all these moves. Wow, like this. And like this. Then I get the night driving shift sometimes. I'd stay up and sing songs to myself on our way to the next powwow. Those guys didn't even know who I was. But it was okay, because I was just living clean in each moment. I'd drive and listen to all the songs and think, you know, I thought about a lot. I thought about how much I think you were the only person in the world who knows who I really am.
Wen begins to sing softly, a round dance song like a lullaby.
Way, hey, hey, ya. Way, oh, hey, oh, yeah. Remember when I would sing us to sleep at night? Close your eyes, go to sleep. In our dreams, we are free. Way oh hey ya, way oh hey ya, ya yo.
I can't.
Jossie, I'm different now.
So am I.
It's different now.
I can't live in the past anymore.
I know.
I won't.
I'm going to the funeral. It starts soon. Mom asked me to.
She wants me to go too.
What did you say?
I said no. I said I would come here after my midterms. I said I would wait in our house until that motherfucker is buried 10 feet in the ground.
Hoa! You a full-grown woman now.
Wen gets a can of Diet Dr. Pepper and opens it.
Pop?
Way too much sugar.
Diet Dr. Pepper?
Duh, like the worst.
You used to love it. I still do.
Wen takes a big, large drink.
I have a boyfriend.
You do? Who is he?
Someone.
Who?
Someone who really cares about me.
What's his name?
And he's someone I care about too.
Where's he from? Is he Indian?
No, hell no.
Why didn't you bring him?
I met him at school. He's good to me.
Okay, well maybe I can meet your boyfriend someday.
What is that?
What is what?
This?
I said I look forward to making your boyfriend's acquaintance.
Don't. He's real, so stop with the bunny ears.
Okay, well, I have to go to our dead father's funeral. I can't find those fucking keys anywhere.
Wen gets a Diet Dr. Pepper by the door.
Pop? You sure?
Wen goes to get her a pop.
What? Ran out of beer?
I told you I don't use anything. I'm clean as a whistle. Catch.
Don't you dare.
Okay, here.
Wen hands Jossie the Diet Dr. Pepper.
Thanks. Is this your...
Jossie finds Wen's keys and hides them.
My what?
You know, in a way, I'm glad he's dead.
Is that why you cut your hair?
No. I just hated... I don't know when... that way to hair. It's just dead cells. When I left here, I found a new me in a new place. I got a chance to reinvent myself and look the way I want to look. I don't have to think about memories caught in my hair. I told myself, school was my ticket out, that I would do everything I could to make it work. I mean, imagine me, a native girl in this big-ass Ivy League school. Who the hell knows how I got in, but I did. And I had zero confidence or self-esteem, and I barely had money in my checking account. I mean, I thought yoga was some kind of weird religion, and it's not. We didn't get any of that, and I don't think they even have yoga here in Pipestone. Who is going to show us? So, a part of me feels bad for you. And the other part of me doesn't, because you could have gone too. You could have come with me, but you didn't. I found your keys. Here.
Jossie tosses Wen the keys.
Hey, remember our red pine in the backyard?
Yeah?
Our names are carved on it.
All I can remember is you and me hugging that red pine like our lives depended on it.
We thought if we held tight enough, the world would stop spinning.
What were we thinking?
But it did, for both of us.
When you left, I wouldn't let anyone cut it down, but they did.
That old grandma's tree spirit keeps our names safe.
You used your pocket knife.
I still have it.
You do?
Wen pulls out their pocket knife.
Want to rewrite our names?
Are you serious? Very. Where?
Wen opens the door, revealing many red pine trees.
There. That one. A new tree. Bay.
Wen and Jossie two-step together outside and write their names on a new tree stylistically as light pours from the tree. Wen's iPhone alarm goes off, but it is ignored. End of play.
Okay. And now our third play that we're showing an excerpt of is called British Honduras Fantasy by Ariel Zetina. And this play is getting a full production at the Trans Theater Festival in New York City in June, which is super exciting. And I realized earlier I forgot to mention that Adi Alray directed the excerpt from Wafrika. And I'm just gonna situate you a little bit. This play is kind of trippy and surreal. There are inanimate objects talking. But the first half of the play is you follow the main character Frida as a child in Florida, and the first scene that you'll see lands us in the second act. Frida and her friend other Frida in Chicago, and then we take a jump once they enter into the bar. It's sort of in line with how the script is written, and then we jump and show you this other clip that's later on in the play, just so you know. So, British Honduras Fantasy by Ariel Zetina.
I can feel us together. Fingertips, I can feel it. Fuck, I messed up.
Why do we even say yes to gigs on my hormone days? I'd rather just get high.
They're not gonna make any money at the door, and they're gonna try and not pay us.
Pass the weed.
Other Frida hands Maria Juana to Frida. Maria Juana is played by a performer. Frida takes a hit.
No, we gotta do it for her.
Whatever. She's just worms in the ground.
Don't say that. What if I killed myself? You would do something for me on the anniversary of my suicide, right? Actually, on second thought, fuck that. What's more celebratory than marijuana?
Acid.
Should we take acid?
Do you have any?
I can call my guy.
They think about it for a moment.
No.
Frida takes a hit of weed.
Girl, don't hog her past the weed.
Other Frida takes a hit.
Oh, fuck, I need electrolysis. You can see my whole fucking beard.
This is like the one look you can do with a mustache. It's Frida fucking Kahlo.
Fuck Frida Kahlo. I'm not a fucking tote bag on some basic girl's arm.
Other Frida draws a mustache on her face.
There. You happy? Does that make you feel better?
Yours looks better than mine.
You have the realness, though.
Real looks good on real Frida. On me, it just looks like boy, 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 boy.
Frida pulls out beard concealer.
Frida, we don't have time for all this shit right now.
I need to cover my beard.
I want to get Mexican food by the venue.
That fucking place closed.
Fuck.
Other Frida's phone buzzes. Diego appears smoking a joint, very stoned. Oh, yo, I'm gonna be so late to the gig. I don't think I can drive you, my bad.
My fucking boo can't drive us. How are we gonna get the shit there without their van? I'm not calling it Uber XL. Oh.
Smoke more. It'll be fine. I'll call an Uber XL.
Put that makeup on quick.
Uber XL, relax.
You're such a Scorpio moon.
Hello?
¿Puedo arreglar tus pipes?
What?
¿Puedo arreglar tus pipes?
Oh, shit. I told him I'd let him fix the faucet so they wouldn't freeze or something before winter. And it's already fucking winter. Fuck! Hide the weed.
Maria Juana puts a lamp over her head.
Just don't answer.
But then he'll come up and think that we aren't here and let himself in and smell the weed and holy fuck! Ah! Shit!
I'm sure that other people in this building smoke weed.
Frida presses talk.
Podemos. No podemos ahora. Adios. Shit. Let's just jump out the window.
We're like 5 feet up.
I'm gonna jump.
Frida jumps out the window.
What the fuck? Now I gotta lug all of this shit by myself?
Other Frida exits. Maria Juana is alone. A little pause, though Maria Juana probably milks it because she's the only one on stage for the first time.
You forgot about me, but I'm still here. Floating in the air. Post-coital from the sweet caress from Las Dos Fridas. Like I'm the landscape in their fever dream.
The snow blows away to reveal a beach. A raft floats by. Maria Juana puts on sunglasses and gets on the raft. She sunbathes. Mother, 18 years old, appears out of the water.
Hey, what the fuck did I ever do to you? Now no one will ever be able to smoke me.
You
Splash.
ruin
Splash.
the men
Splash.
in my
Splash.
life.
Hey. Don't blame me for that. It's all that machismo shit. I am sorry that Belize has taught men to cheat on their girlfriends, but it's not my fault. They merely use me to relax. I'm not the one to blame for their bad behavior.
And you think you're what? Helping the situation?
I'm the least of your worries, girl. Your ex was all up in that cocaína shit.
You didn't help. He was so beautiful, both inside and out. And I have no boyfriend. That fucking boy, I'm going to die alone. And I'm stuck in the mud and the sand.
You're being dramatic. You're 18 years old. You've got plenty of time.
I don't want to find a man here that'll cheat on me, that smokes the likes of you.
Hey, If you think Belize is unique, think again, girl. Men everywhere will swallow you up, then spit you right back out. Hey, would you like a hit?
No, I would not like a hit. Ugh.
She pushes Maria Juana off the raft into the water. Blackout.
Ladies and ladies, drum roll please. Because that was our last bit of weed, and we gotta brave the streets sober, and by sober, I mean with a fading high. I don't want to relive those terrible moments. We will just give you the Wikipedia version. And not even Wikipedia on a laptop screen, but Wikipedia on a cracked iPhone.
Frida poses for the audience. Other Frida appears lugging the equipment.
This is always how it is. Frida poses for the Instagram while I lug shit to the gig.
I told you we didn't need to bring this much shit.
But you were the one who jumped out of the window out of marijuana paranoia.
I'm sorry, BB.
Whatever.
Why are you in such a bad mood?
Your fucking landlord is a fucking racist. Going on and on about how he doesn't know who I am. I'm walking down the stairs and he's like, you shouldn't be in the building. I can be anywhere I motherfucking want.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, Frida. And also, fuck you. It's the anniversary of our friend's suicide. So if I'm in a bad mood, fuck. I need a cigarette.
Other Frida smokes a cigarette.
Ladies and ladies, without much further ado, we present to you the streets of Chicago. Our first act is White.
New moon walks up the ladder. She sprinkles snow. It becomes night.
Why the fuck do we live in Chicago? I fucking hate Chicago. Our second act is also White.
Puppeteer pops up and puppeteers a Ken doll.
Ugh, Chicago is so fucking stupid.
Hey, bro. Why you gotta hate on Chicago? The weather builds character. This ain't no sissy town.
We're not allowed to complain when we gotta lug shit half across the city in a blizzard.
It's a flurry. A blizzard? That's kind of dramatic.
Our third act is not White.
Woman with eyeballs enters, rubs eyeballs all over Frida.
She's clocking me. What do I do?
Well, you are in her neighborhood, the artist that moved in, so a bunch of white people moved in there. I feel like she has reason to clock you, girl.
You're right. I should move. But you know, the other option is, with more eyeballs, like white, old men eyeballs.
Eyeballs rubbing me up and down like they want to fuck me, then immediately choke me dead. Yeah, I know.
Woman with eyeballs rubs harder.
I guess this is fine. I deserve this, right? She's not really looking at me like with hate for my gender. It's more like,
I'm sure you can afford somewhere else. Like fucking Iowa? You just want to be here because you think you're an artiste? This isn't cool for me. It's just where I was born. My mother and my grandmother, they lived here.
I'm the Latina nobody likes because I can't speak Spanish.
It's about you a lot, baby. But right now, it's not right about, no.
The fourth act is half white.
The deconstruction of Frida's inability to speak Spanish.
I can speak high school Spanish. Like high school, a white suburban teacher taught me. Not that I should even care. It's like neither of my parents' first languages. Like, my mom's grandma only knew Spanish, so my mom had to learn. And my dad lived in Mexico for like a hot second, but like Belize was a British colony until the 1970s. So the first language is English. But then it's like, yeah, Spanish is like part of like I don't know, my mom would like say only like weird phrases that my mom liked. Like, el chivo tiene hambre. For when your pants are like stuck up your ass crack and your ass crack is a goat's mouth. Or like her euphemism for a penis was like the Mayan word for it, chino. So like every time a white frat guy star wearing chinos, or like that guy in West Side Story.
Chino! What's the word for vagina?
Bum bum.
Fuck me in the chino with your bum bum.
Strap on a chino and fuck me in my bum bum.
House music for like 20 seconds. It turns into a little sexy orgy, including the woman with eyeballs. New moon sprinkles more snow.
Oh fuck, Uber XL is 4 times surge.
Fuck me and fuck my stoned ass boo. We really have to take the motherfucking train?
It snows. Other Frida lugs the equipment across the stage. Mother puts a record on. Dionne Warwick's Don't Make Me Over plays. Mother appears, a knock on the door.
Don't make me over. Now that I do anything for you.
Can you turn down that music?
Don't make me over. Now that I know how I adore you.
Stop crying over that boy. He doesn't deserve you.
I'm crying over the state of Belize, not the boy. And he's not lower than me. Now that I do anything for you. Don't make me over.
Let me in!
No!
So ungrateful for what you have.
The things I do. You love me with all my faults. The way that I love you. I'm begging you. Blue line to the loop.
What?
Blue line to the loop. Ding.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hey. Hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. You look good enough to eat. Yeah, you, I'm talking to you. So good, so yummy. Yeah, you chocolate girl, yeah. Is that your boyfriend? Is that your boyfriend? I said, is that your boyfriend?
Let's go to the next.
Hey. I didn't think you heard me. Bitch, didn't your mother teach you any manners? Yeah, you, hanging with some faggot? I'm talking to you. Yeah, you, fucking black bitch.
The next stop is Lake. Ding.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I hate men. I hate them. Who taught them they can act that way? We live in a fucked up society. We live in a fucked up, racist, classist society. Why must they cling onto this idea of colonizing the whole world? Why must they be in denial?
Pause while they get their breath back.
I am not getting on the bus until I get a drink.
Give me a fucking shot.
2 Fridas walk into a bar.
ID?
Mine's male because it costs literally hundreds of dollars to change it.
What are you having?
A shot of whiskey and a PBR. Oh, were you talking to me? Or her?
I was talking to the lady.
Oh, well, you weren't making eye contact with either of us, so...
2 shots of whiskey
because the people behind all the eyes probably still think I'm a boy. And I'm crying all the time for no reason because of all of the new estrogen. I'm called he all day and they don't even notice. People in the audience are going to still refer to me as he when we leave.
Frida takes a shot.
I'm a trans girl. Even if I don't look like Laverne Cox, I'm a girl with this mustache, and I'm a girl when I get out of this Frida Kahlo makeup. And I was a girl even when I was little and dressing like a boy in Florida. Everyone's always like, I would have never suspected. That's because I had the femininity beat out of me.
Frida takes a shot.
I'm sick of being the only trans woman in spaces and having to be the encyclopedia, constantly in fear that someone's gonna start using me as their Wikipedia page.
Frida takes a shot.
I'm pretty convinced if most people saw fucking Caitlyn Jenner walking down the street, they would call her he. How am I supposed to walk down the street? I don't want to get murdered by some scared guy I'm fucking and the cops check my wallet and I'm on the news as a boy.
Frida takes a shot.
You know, I just keep thinking about her body in the woods. Like, I think about her decomposing and it doesn't even seem real. I just don't want to end up, like, killing myself like Lee did.
Not Lee now, I'm the moon now.
Frida and other Frida stare speechless. They stare for a while.
Crocodile got your tongue?
Holy shit!
Wait. What pronouns do you use?
The moon is a feminine object. I use female pronouns. Although we'll see how I can fuck up the system here. All the stars are so conservative. I mean, it makes sense, they're fucking old. And all the recently supernovaed ones are just babies, so they don't do any good. We'll see if I can push the system to get a trans man up here. Well, that's no good. That's asking another trans person to kill themselves, and we can't have that. So should I just try to get white rich cis men to kill themselves? Ugh, that's no good. See, I hate this job. I just want it to be in the ground. Whatever.
Wait, so when you become the moon?
You can say it, girl. When I killed myself?
When you killed yourself.
You look beautiful, girl. I mean, you look beautiful too, but you were always hot.
I was always hot too.
Oh yeah, with that big dick of yours.
I fucking miss you.
Oh my God, don't cry, girl. Spilt milk, what's done is done.
Why haven't we seen you before?
You're always so deep in your music or your marijuana or your own thoughts, Fridas. You don't ever look up at the moon. I guess it took the first anniversary of my suicide to look up. No wonder I killed myself.
It's not that. I look up at the moon and I think, is it gonna get me? All signs point to I don't belong in this world. Like, I'm not real.
Stop thinking that cis girls are the only real girls. You gotta unlearn that. You're real.
Can I make a wish on you?
Girl, I'm sick of granting wishes because that's some fake ass shit. Like, why are we listening to the moon when there's a shit ton of trans girls that killed themselves? Like, actually killed themselves on this actual earth? Goddess Edwards and Lamia Beard and Ty Underwood and Yasmin Vash Payne and Taha de Jesus and Penny Proud and Christina Gomez Reinwald and Leela Alcorn. And Leela's the only one we even remember because she's white. These aren't even names of half of the trans girls who were murdered or killed themselves. It Gets Better made an epidemic out of white guys killing themselves, and no one knows about these girls. This is America.
I hate to break it to you, but they're just worms in the ground too.
Here's the thing. You say that they're worms in the ground, but they're not. I'm not dead because you're not dead, Frida. There, I said it. I'm not dead because you're dead, Moon. When I want to kill myself, I think about you. And I think about her staying alive. Trans girls staying alive, brown girls staying alive, even though it fucking sucks a lot of the time. There, I said it. Worms in the ground.
I know for a fact I could have never made it in this world, and you knew that too. Maybe not until after the fact, but you knew. Didn't you?
Yeah, if I really think about it, I do.
Y'all are gonna get through this, whether you like it or not. You might hate it, but you're gonna do it, and you'll be glad you did. Fridas, you don't have to do the gig if you don't want to. They'll understand if you cancel. You have to take care of yourself.
Other Frida pulls the cart from one side to the other. It snows.
So those were our 3 excerpts. We're going to have just a quick chat with the playwrights. That'll take us to the end of the event. We're going to end on time at 7:30. We'll give everyone just 30 seconds to transition, and if you could give these playwrights a beautiful round of applause, that would be great.
Can we call them up? I'm going to be cheesy. Ariel Zetina. Defoe. And Nick, I want to say your whole name. Nick Hadikwa Mwaluko. Yay, I'm going to put
Let's sit.
Let's get all intimate with it. It'll be fun.
We're doing this.
How are we framing?
Okay. Is that good? Come on, you're not going to go down. That's sweet. No.
Got it.
Oh, or that. The really basic thing. That's exciting. Stand slightly out of the way. Cool. Thank you, SK.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work, everyone. So, because we do want to be respectful of time and also just really wanting to have opportunity for y'all to each have like an intentional amount of time to speak, something that struck me so much about each of your plays, and I mentioned it, it actually came up during the cis group where I was like, somebody was like the traditional, like the stereotypical trans narratives where gender is like, gender identity and trauma with gender identity is the crux of a plot point. But I think what I appreciate so much about all of your work is that it complicates that. It's more nuanced. It brings in all different types of identities and experiences and culture and race and different things. So what I would actually like to do, and SK, could you time keep for me? Oh my God, that worked out so well. I love this. Great minds. Word. Cool. So what I would actually like to do is to start with maybe, let's do 4 minutes for each person to kind of respond. I would really love to hear about kind of the influences of your work. So that can be anything from like cultural to community that you claim to like different things. Because I feel like we talked a lot today about barriers, and I think what I really appreciate about all of you is how grounded you are in different types of community and how that shows up in your work in really beautiful ways. So whoever would like to start.
I'll start. Hi, I'm Ariel. I read British Honduras fantasy. I am super influenced. I come to writing from a poetry background initially. I was doing other sort of jobs in theater, and then was doing poetry like kind of separately from that, and then it sort of synthesized like once I started writing plays and being like, oh, like I'm interested in both performance and poetic text at the same time. For me with this script, I was really looking at first trying to develop a magic realism play using actual like tropes that we would see in like a Lorca play or like a Jose Rivera, like a lot of those playwrights who are using these tropes like the moon, using certain other personified things, having something that's primarily about like love and death, I think is super important in those works. So that was for me a big influence on that. And then I also, when I'm wearing my other hat, I'm making music and I DJ, and I'm an organizer in Chicago for a lot of specifically queer and trans different nightlife events that are either just encompassing electronic music or encompassing electronic music and performance. So I think for me, a lot of what this play was inspired by was sort of my experiences kind of working simultaneously in a theatrical mode, but wanting to represent a sort of it's there's not a lot of trans women that are working in theater, not a lot of trans women of color that are working in theater, but there are a lot of trans women of color that are working in nightlife, that are working in electronic music, that are working in sort of underground scenes of cities. Like it's been super amazing also to be, I'm in New York rehearsing this play right now, and then I've been here for the past week. So it's been super amazing to see those different communities also existing in other places besides just Chicago. So for me, it was really a way to, how do I represent, my own story and the stories by using a trope that also, I think a lot of the reason that I am attracted to sort of magic realism is because it's coming from this Latina perspective, but it's also coming from a place where, me being somewhat orphaned from my culture, I think it's sort of a thing that's sort of it's a perfect vessel in order to kind of tell a story about that, because it is something that is relatable, but it also has some sort of antiquity to it. That's.
Word, thank you. Okay, Ty or Nick, do y'all want to respond? Just influences on your work. I appreciate the eye contact. Somebody actually does have to speak.
I will go. Yeah, so I guess, Red Pine actually came out of, I down in the Southwest, I was guest artisting at this school, and they have this national consortium for Native American students who do one-act performances, and actually Daniel Banks, a teacher down there, and in the performing arts department, commissioned me to write this piece because they couldn't find a one-act that had anything to do with two-spirit or any gender queerness or anything like this. So, and many of the students, as I had mentioned earlier, I identify and use the pronoun they, so it came out of there. And then I began to realize as I started writing that, wow, most of the things that I write, plays, but I also write a lot of musicals, have just inherently transgender, gender non-binary people in it. They just do. Like whether it's a mother, whether it's a father, uncle, they just in my mind, they do. And then when I had to sit down with a dramaturg sort of and talk about these things, I was like, yeah, I guess they are genderqueer, but in my world, they just exist everywhere. And, I do make assumptions that everyone is genderqueer because that's the culture and the context that I come from, the spectrum. A lot of my work incorporates devices such as song and as well as dance, because I have a huge native dance fluence background as well as music. I have a reading this week in New York City on Thursday. I don't know if we can get HowlRound to live stream that about with my collaborator Tataya Sinatuk. We wrote a musical called Clouds Are Pillows for the Moon. It's about due to the recent death of this young native girl's mother, she runs away to the city of Chicago from Wisconsin and finds her kindred best friend, a girl from Thailand. So it's a coming of age story about two girls finding themselves. So I also like to uplift the feminine voice, because I see systematically that isn't underscored a lot. So as a way for me to express that and be an ally in those circles. So that's sort of a little bit about the background of Red Pine and some of my other work. I'm a multidisciplinary artist as well, so I do play native flute, and I do music and all kinds of things. Like I said earlier too, the idea of the circle, I also see myself, I don't see art and these conversations about gender non-binary any different. Somehow for me to make sense of the world, they run parallel. So I'm also how can I use these pieces to create a conversation, to create a dialogue, to create some sort of impact, so when I leave here, there'll be some kind of imprint or a map that other folks can follow.
Thank you.
With this piece in particular, I was interested in, in the culture, in the tribal culture, they circumcise both men and women. And if you don't identify as a girl and you're circumcised as a girl to become a woman, and you don't identify as a woman, then what happens? Are you circumcised then as a man? Or what happens to that? Is it I was just interested in that question. I was interested in the question from the position of someone who is exiled at both ends. I suppose a foreigner is exiled in a sense they can never penetrate the culture, and the person Owino is exiled because does not conform to the narrative, the script, the tribal script of girl into woman through circumcision. So here are these two people who are outsiders within. How do they get together? What kind of script do they develop as outsiders? How do they make love? Is it how I think it would be reinforced, more creative, these kinds of things, because the body will demand it, and therefore the sexuality has to improve. If the body's improved, if you're pushed to those boundaries when there's no laws, because you can't legislate desire, etc., etc. These kinds of things were of interest, but mostly I just wanted to know what happens to a person who is exiled in the sense that they don't have all these I suppose technological imperatives like Facebook, social media, and are subject to their own devices, and they have to come in confrontation to a tradition that has been in some sense complicated or nuanced by colonialism. If gender's construction is based on man wears trousers, on, and it doesn't conform to the culture. So it's more, I think, more of an exploration. It doesn't allow for answers in the play, but just raises a bunch of questions. And the Western character, the white character, is supposed to be an in from a Eurocentric, quote-unquote, white gaze. So that there's that, but also I think there's nuggets of love for my community, and by speaking the language and stuff like that. I was mostly influenced by African American female writers who wrote after the protest novel. I found their work extremely fiction, and probably Baldwin and Allison. Those writers to me were extremely influential because I think they understood the platform that was in front of them in terms of the publishing landscape, fictional landscape, and they were like, fuck it, we're going to do what we want to do. We're going to advance our agenda, and whether or not we're heard or not heard doesn't really matter. So Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, Gloria Naylor, Octavia Butler, Ralph Ellison, these are, to me, phenomenal writers because they, to me, were able to, after the rage of the protest novel, they were like, well, we were consumed by the rage as female, as women of color. And so your rage, though imploding and exploding on the white male, was also imploding and exploding on us. And this created that scream. And I found also their approach to work. To me, it was amazing that they understood the fact that they would be erased, silenced, made invisible, etc., by the publishing universe, but they still did what they did, and they still showed the consequences of a black person who screams that, you're going to end up being like Sophia, dumped in jail, ignored, and stuff like that, and then re-embraced by your community, but damaged, and that was very useful for me. It made me understand that I exist. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think one last thing. We have 5 minutes left. And so what I really want to offer is, y'all, I've been saying all day that I've been posting on social media. I was like, if you're not watching, you should, because this is beautiful. And was like, hashtag I might be crying, hashtag I am crying, which has been a feeling all day for really beautiful reasons. So I think the last question I want to ask y'all is, what do you want to offer to other trans artists of color specifically? Like, it can be, and we're going to try and keep them short, I know. But like, what is something you would want to offer, either advice or ways of negotiate or like ways of moving through systems, or even just like affirmations? I'm that cheesy, crunchy hippie person that was like, I'm going to give you a honey jar because sweet thoughts. So I think to remind, and I think for me, I want to do that to kind of center that at the heart of this is about uplifting and creating more space and centering trans voices. So I would love to end on that note.
I'm not gonna go first. I was like, I have to think about it. I was like, there's so much. Okay, so the first thing that comes to my mind, I definitely have struggled a lot working in institutions. it's definitely something that's been, I came out and transitioned in like a major institution, and it was a more positive experience than I think I expected, but it was also like, looking at it, a very, very, very crazy, stressful experience. I think that my biggest advice, what I've learned from like doing, practicing many different art forms outside of, is that I'm able to do more of the work I want to do outside of institutions, and that people, if you, other trans femmes will always come and to my my play I'm doing right now is being directed by a trans femme, has 5 trans women in it, super fucking dope, sisterhood, really happening, and that was a lot from me, kind of not being no, we're not going to do this play if cis people are playing the parts of Frida, if cis people are playing the parts of this alligator character who we didn't see. I was that's not going to happen. I'm not interested in doing a Eddie Redmayne Danish girl. I don't relate to that at all. So I think the biggest thing I would say is that just empower every trans artist out there to do that shit themselves and do solo work, and you will be able to be heard, because yeah, the world is fucking small. It's just I literally I have so many more queer people that I've met in the past 3 days, and I haven't been to the Bay for 2.5 years, and it's just amazing, because it's I know that those people are always going to be they're there to collaborate with me, and they have my back, and I have their back, so it's super, yes, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. It's my turn. Yeah, I would just say to, think about intersectionality. I know in the indigenous community, and specifically, we're less than 1% of the population, and that's a true statement, in fact, and there's suicide that happens within indigenous community, indigenous youth, but also within the two-spirit trans community as well. It's fractions and fractions and less of numbers. So I would just tell, if folks just to keep going with your work, and to hopefully, I guess my message is to allies to make space for those people, make it a requirement, a necessity, because they shouldn't have to be the one to say, hey, look at me, I'm here. You should say, no, you come here. What about your work? Ask, and just to put it out there too, indigenous values and culture, it's one of humbleness. Look at our history. Look at what happened the past 500 years of sharing things and other things that sort of, have happened. So it's, really ask, where are those people, where are those folks, and make room. So, miigwech.
I think we don't forget. I think the trans artists should not forget that they come with a really beautiful experience, and in its entire range, from tragic to comedic, and in between, whatever's within the spectrum. Don't forget that you come with something absolutely beautiful and powerful and spiritually empowering, and also as soon as collaboration is a word for compromise, don't do it. Just don't do it. Just listen, if you don't like what I'm doing, then I will stay where I need to stay in order to do it, and remain true and honest, and give yourself within the writing and within the work these nuggets of love, because they tend to resonate outward, and they will keep you going, and there will always be angels, people who have been sent for a short period of time, long period of time, to sustain you, and they may not look like who you want them to look like, or what you want them to look like, but they will sustain you. They'll be your oxygen. Don't fret. Just be honest, be true, be affirming, and it'll weed out all the other things that are annihilating and want you to compromise and enter into a system, CIS, of death. Okay.
Word. Well, thank all 3 of you so much. Okay. Yeah, gesturing straight at you, friend.
We should close out.
We're going to close out. It's going to be great. Woo.
Should we stand? What should we do?
Okay, yeah, we're getting gestures. We're getting gestures to move into.
No, y'all can stay here. We're just gonna say goodbye.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. This cameras are weird.
So thank you for that, and thank you all. That was really important to bring into the stage.
Can we just get some mad love for Lisa and SK? I guess I want to say.
Cool. So we just want to give some thank yous before we cut out. First of all, thank you to all y'all for showing up in this space. It means a lot. It really means a lot. Yes, every single person in this room. We want to say thank you to Berkeley Repertory Theater and Cal Shakes and HowlRound and TCG. Cannot stress enough, it has taken a community of people offering help and us saying yes to make this event happen. So we are super grateful.
So much.
Staff at both those institutions, all the actors who agreed to participate in the readings with one rehearsal. Yes, the directors, the facilitators, and the production folks. We really feel the love and we really, really appreciate y'all. Two things, #BreakingTheBinary 2016.
There are conversations happening on my Twitter. I have totally been looking in between all of the holding back the feeling tears over the day. So there's some interesting notes that are happening already.
Time to let them out. Yeah, and then what we'll do at the end, there's been a lot of information shared today, and so we're going to collect that and put it into a document, a shared Google Doc that we'll include the link of at the end of the live stream so we can share a bunch of this information and these resources moving forward. Any last thoughts from you?
No. Thank everyone so much. Also, the live stream is recorded, so if you were only able to join us for part of the day, if you're really wanting to show this and share it with other people, the resource will be available online as well.
Share the link. Facilitators, people who were involved with the event, we're going to prize fighter for a drink. Invite open. And again, thank you all for being here. It's been really lovely to share space with y'all.
Thank you.